So we have the newest Star Wars game, Star Wars Hunters. Usually I don't do video game reviews right after they come out. Hell, I did a Hogwarts Legacy video like 8 months after the game came out. But this one is a little different because I did actually play this game at launch. Because I didn't have to pay for it. Yeah, this is a free-to-play game, so expect a review of Marvel Rivals pretty close after that comes out too. But this game is a little bit different than Marvel Rivals will be, because that game is going to PC, and that's it. I think. This one went to Nintendo Switch and mobile. Yeah, quite the odd combo. I played the mobile version, but I watched gameplay of the Nintendo Switch version, and you know what the difference is? Fucking nothing. Yeah, that's kind of a red flag right off the bat when a version for the Nintendo Switch, one of the biggest gaming systems, I couldn't think of the name of the word, gaming systems of the 21st century, it is no different to how it looks on a phone. That's a problem. And one of the things that I noticed is that in terms of graphics, there's no difference. The graphics are pretty mediocre. They look, for the mobile version, they look pretty good. But then you put them on the Switch, and they kind of look like a PS3 game. It doesn't look that great. And I've seen how graphical downgrades look on a mobile version compared to console versions, and that's how it should be. Hell, take the Madden franchise. Now, the Madden franchise's graphics are not exactly the best out there, especially since the engine they use, Frostbite, was not exactly equipped for something like a football game, and there's a ton of glitches and bugs that always end up in those games, but that's not really my point. The point is, the graphics never look great, but the character models look pretty close to the real-life players, even though the Madden-generated players look fucking horrifying half the time. But they look serviceable enough for a PS3 game, not for the PS4 or the PS5. But then you look at the mobile version, especially when it comes to the character models, the graphics are fucking awful on those games. Not only do the faces not look anything like the actual players, they're just some of the most generic computer-generated faces you can find. They can't even get the skin tones right. You're either a really light-skinned white guy or a really dark-skinned black guy. That's about it. Like, Russell Wilson, he's a lighter-skinned black man, but he's like Wesley Snipes in the video game. That's the kind of graphical downgrade I expect going from consoles to mobile. Didn't happen here. And yeah, if you can't already tell from that first 3-minute rant, this game fucking sucks. I haven't played this a ton, obviously. I played it for a few days, and I noticed something right off the bat. This game is piss weak easy. Which says a lot because it's a PvP game, but so far I haven't lost a match, and I'm always in the top 2 of points. Always. And it's really weird because the controls are kind of shitty on the mobile version. It's the most generic shit you get. You move around with a little thing that pops up on the left. You move around like that. Then you have little buttons for extra attacks. But the way you attack, you just aim your blaster at somebody. Now, I don't know how it works with the lightsabers because I haven't used one yet. Because I honestly don't think I ever will, because I'm not sure if I'll ever play the game again after recording this. But all you do is point your blaster at somebody. You don't even shoot. I think in the Nintendo Switch version you do, but if not, then that's some of the laziest game design I've ever seen. And something else that gets me about this game that's really odd is that apparently this is canon. Now, it's said that this game takes place between episodes 6 and 7. I have one question. Why? What does making this game canon add to both this game and the Star Wars canon as a whole? There's no story to this. And that was something that threw me off when I started playing the game, because I had heard that it takes place between episodes 6 and 7, so I thought, okay, I'm curious what the story for this arena shooter is gonna be. Because this reminds me kind of like Battlefront. But the Battlefront games, well, 3 out of the 4, had a story mode. And even the handheld ones that came out afterwards, they were Elite Squadron and Renegade Squadron, is that what it was called? The ones that came out for the DS that are actually pretty good. They had a story still. The stories mostly followed, like, battles from the movies and everything, but then you had the 2017 Battlefront 2 that had an entirely new campaign. So, that's not anything new for Star Wars online PvP games. But there's no single-player version to this, which is really weird. And I know why. It's because every game studio on the fucking planet thinks that single-player games are dead. Honestly, I much prefer playing single-player games than I do online shit. I really enjoy Battlefront 2, the new one, but I haven't played it in a while because it's just an online arena battle shooter. I would much rather have a linear game with well-designed levels and a good story than a PvP arena shooter that you get 5 minutes of fun for, and then you get bored of it pretty quickly. And then there's the microtransactions, which is every mobile game, so I'm not surprised. The cosmetics, the weapons, they're all ridiculously expensive. Like, I swear to God, there was a gun that was like $15 for a game that's fucking free. I know everybody's made fun of microtransactions at this point, so I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole and bitch about, especially with, like, the loot boxes and everything that was going on in 2017, which, was, mainly pushed by the aforementioned Battlefront 2, which was one of the reasons why that game was hated when it first came out. But, all I'll say is this. I am never, ever going to spend money on a mobile game. Ever. I will never pay to play a mobile game. I will never pay for cosmetics or weapons or whatever the fuck else there is on the mobile game, because that is a waste of money. If I'm going to play a mobile game, it is a time waster, and that's it. Madden Mobile fucking sucks, but I play it because it is a time waster. I can play a quick 5-10 minute game of football while I'm waiting for something, or if I'm just killing time, I can play a 5 to 10 minute game of football and not bother with the fucking ultimate teams that they do, or bother with buying any of those packs or any of that shit. I can just play the season mode and just play some football for 10 minutes. This game, I swear to God, I haven't had a match last longer than 2 minutes. Because it's anywhere between 10 to 20 kills is the winner. It is a 4v4. Maybe later on you get to have a bigger squad, but every match I've been in has been a 4v4. It's either first to 10, 15, or 20 kills, and I swear to God, I haven't had a single match that lasted longer than a few minutes. It was ridiculous. I got so bored after a while, and especially since it didn't help that I don't know if I was playing just really shitty players, or if my team was just really good and I was just getting, like, the mop-up kills and everything, but for some reason, again, like I said earlier, I never placed under second in points, and that started from the first match to the most recent match that I have played. And I'm not even saying that to flex, because honestly, that's not much of a flex for this fucking game. I don't give a shit. I was hoping for a story mode too. I didn't realize there was going to be no damn story mode when I first downloaded the game. I didn't even realize the game had come out until I saw an ad while I was scrolling through Instagram. It just popped up randomly, and I thought, oh shit, the game came out and it's free? You know what? I'll give it a shot. And this is a waste of time. Not a fun waste of time. Not even just... It's not even just a regular waste of time. This is a bad waste of time. This is just... It's annoying. That's the best way to put this game, because there's a lot you can do with an arena shooter in the Star Wars universe. And again, the most baffling thing about this is Disney's desire to make this canon when there's nothing here to make canon. There's no story. These characters aren't doing anything meaningful. You pick a fucking character. You can give these characters no name and just give them a look. By the way, there's no customization. I guess there's like some kind of different skins for these characters, but it's not like you go in, you create your own character and then go out. This is like a ripoff of Fortnite and shittier version of Fortnite. Like, we all joke about Fortnite. It was a big meme for a while. It still is. It's still kind of a big laughing stock, even though I will be one of the few to admit that the game itself isn't that bad. It's just odd. Like, all the crossovers and everything kind of ruined it. I didn't play it that much, but it was still fine for what it is. This game is just tedious. It's boring. It has no reason to exist. I've played bad Star Wars games before. I've played plenty of bad Star Wars games. I haven't played all of them. I've played quite a few Star Wars games, but most of the ones I've played have been good. I played games like The Force Unleashed and Clone Wars for the PS2. Racer Revenge. I haven't played Episode 1 Racer, even though I just bought it for the PS4. I played Fallen Order. I've played so many good Star Wars games. I've played some bad ones too. I played the Phantom Menace game. It wasn't very good. I played the Attack of the Clones game for the Game Boy Advanced. On an emulator, obviously, but the game was garbage. I've played Masters of Terras Kazi. I've played some really shitty Star Wars games. This is down there amongst them, and it's not even like this game is like broken or buggy or glitchy or anything like that I've complained about with EA games, or hell, that I complained about with Fallen Order and Survivor, where it had glitches and bugs all over the place because EA can't make a fucking competent game if their lives depended on it. Like, oh, you came up with a good story and some fun combat and likable characters? Well, you get a buggy-ass game for 8 hours or however long it was. This game, there's no point to it. I'm probably going to drop the app as soon as this video's posted. So there's really, just don't waste your time with this. Again, you don't have to pay for it. So if you're interested, I guess download it and you can play it for a few minutes. But I guarantee you, you will be bored out of your fucking mind playing this. Or you will play a few matches and then forget you have the game. That's what's going to happen. So... yeah, that's Star Wars Hunters. It sucks. It's a really it's just a stupid game. I have no desire to play it ever again. And I think after this, I'm gonna go play Episode 1 Racer. So that's all I got, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.